Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified. Follow me on Instagram at P for P Boxing Real News. What is going on? What is going on, man? Judges, judges is what these fights all came down to. All fights, I mean, all both fights going to 10th round. Uh, I believe Mikaela Myers and Alicia Baumgartner's fight was a split decision victory for Alicia Baumgartner. And in the Clarissa Shields Savannah Marshall fight, we had a unanimous decision for the gwoat Clarissa Shields. Okay, now it's a lot to talk about. You know, it's a lot to talk about because obviously these fights here, you know, you had the matchup, the one that everybody thought was going to steal the spotlight, which was going to be Mikaela Mayer of going up against Alicia Baumgartner. Both fighters, uh, to a certain point, they were going back and forth with each other. They were saying, you know, they was entertaining, they was marketing themselves well. They were making this fight very interesting. Once they got inside of the ring, you know, it was a totally different story. Both fighters, you know, it was a very even fight throughout the whole fight. I think Alicia Baumgartner started off very. I mean, she started off fast. She gave Mikaela Myers a different look, but Mikaela Myers adapted, and you know she started coming back. You know, and just outworking Alicia Baumgartner. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't know what's the agenda they're trying to push, but there's an agenda, guys. There has to be one. There's no way. There's no way from what I saw, you know, that could be like, well, you know, she won this fight. You know what I'm saying? Definitively. I honestly thought that fight was a draw, and I think that would have been the best call tonight. You know what I'm saying? I think crowning a winner, if you had to crown one, um, to me, I think, you know, it's tough. It's tough. You know, I think that fight was so evenly matched. I think that both fighters did equivalent amount of work. Where I feel like that fight was a draw. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I would not have argued. I would not be mad if that fight was a draw. You know, so I think that the judges got it wrong. And now we're gonna be robbed as fans from a rematch because I think that fight was so 50-50 where it was like Mikaela Myers, she was putting in work, and you know, Alicia Baumgartner, she started off very confident. You know, obviously, you know, we seen the antics inside of the ring. But Mikaela Myers just kept working and working and working, even hurting Alicia Baumgartner. And I'm sure Alicia Baumgartner hurt Mikaela Myers here and there as well throughout that fight. But I just felt like this fight was so 50-50, you know, and it, I think that they robbed the fans of a rematch for this fight because after the fight they asked Alicia Baumgartner and they said, "Would you take a rematch against Mikaela Mayer? You know, after defeating her?" And she said no, that she's gonna go for the undisputed for the last belt in that division. And who could fault her? You know what I'm saying? But I think that the judges robbed the fans. To be honest, you know, the judges definitely robbed the fans. But it is what it is. I mean, I like the work that both fighters were doing. But to me, favorable, you know, was Mikaela Myers. She obviously had Alicia Baumgartner uh, just outworking her, you know, and pushing her back. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like she was doing the better, cleaner work inside of the ring. But I wouldn't even be like, oh yeah, Alicia won. I mean, Mikaela won that fight. You know what I'm saying? Like definitively, I honestly think that fight was definitely a draw for both fighters, and I think that that's what they should be going home to. You know what I'm saying? A draw in both fighters. We see this again. We see this fight again. Now the main event, you know what I'm saying? You see Clarissa Shield put on you know what I'm saying, a performance in the ring, but also a performance to walk into the ring. You know, we seen moves. You know what I'm saying? Trying to entertain the crowd. You know what I mean? And uplift women's boxing, of course. That's I believe that all women boxers' ultimate goal is to uplift the sport. You know what I'm saying? Because women's boxing is not as viewed as much as men's boxing. But Clarissa Shield got in the ring, you know what I'm saying, today. And, you know, she made history. She definitely made history. But Savannah Marshall also got in the ring, and I think that the judges failed to realize that there was another fighter inside of that ring tonight as well. And I think that Savannah Marshall was putting in a lot of work on Clarissa Shields. Um, Another fight, very close, very even. That I thought, obviously the judges didn't think. You know what I'm saying? They obviously already made their minds up that they were just gonna pass it along and they were gonna just make history. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, but it just doesn't sit right at the end of the day. But this is boxing at the end of the day as well. So it's very understandable. I don't There's an agenda being pushed here, guys. There's an agenda, and if you're really paying attention, and you better pay it close attention because a lot of shit is going down, where it's getting to that level where it's like, well, there's something going on here. Furthermore, right? Furthermore, so if you're not, you need to wake up. You know what I'm saying? And smell the coffee, because it's just no way. These fights are way too close. And like, listen to this. The CompuBox is lying like shit tonight. That CompuBox, I don't know where they found that. Did they have a guy and he was just marking down for whoever? Like, yo, that CompuBox, I mean, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And then the commentary is also trying to indoctrinate you as a fan, while you're watching these fights. You know what I mean? They're like, she has to understand that she's in another person's country and this and that. Trying to indoctrinate them, because if she does lose, it's trying to give her an excuse to why she lost, because she wasn't in her country, it was in another country. So the fans, obviously just trying to indoctrinate the fans back home to be like, well, she lost, but she didn't really lose because it was the swayment of the fans to the judges and this and that. But I mean, it is what they the shit is getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like an agenda is being pushed here. I just definitely do, and it is what it is. But we got enough more boxing going on. There's more boxing going to go on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited for these fights coming up, but we're going to see. We're going to see. Mayer won 7-3, awful decision. I had it closer. I think 6-4, 6-4, Mayer. For me, if I was to say, but if I was also to say, I would have actually gave that shit a draw. To be honest, let's be fair. I would have said, man, fuck that. Let's give this shit a draw, because I think that both fighters were doing pretty good work in there. You know what I'm saying? And I would have been like, man, this is a 50-50 ass fight right here. And it came down to that 50-50 ass fight. And I really thought that that 10th round was gonna be the definitive factor, you know what I'm saying? Because I like both fighters' work. But I think I did give Alicia Bumgarner that 10th round. And then I think that's why I would have probably gave that fight right there 50-50, but if I did have to uh pick a winner, yes, Mikaela Myers definitely had the cleaner work. She definitely was working Alicia Baumgartner. I think Alicia started off pretty well. You know what I'm saying? She started off well. She was actually doing antics and talking to Mayer inside of the ring. But then we seen Mayer. She came back and boom, she started picking it up. She said, "Nah, fuck that. We going forward." The I mean, her coaches even thought that they had won that fight. They were happy. They were smiling. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think AB was effective with the movement and her defense in Swiss cheese. Yeah, her movement. Yeah, definitely. I could definitely see what you're saying. Her movement was just not. It wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And Mikaela was catching her with some good shit. She was cutting off the ring pretty well, right? She was coming off, and she was doing really good work. And her defense was Swiss cheese. She was getting caught with a lot of shit. She definitely was getting caught with a lot of shit. But hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I think that the judges robbed us robbed the fans, to be honest. I think the judges robbed the fans. I don't think, I mean, Alicia Bumgarner, she went in there, she did what she was supposed to. She did. I don't think she did enough, but hey, I think that the judges robbed the fans, because I thought that at most that fight should have definitely been a draw, and we could have been seeing this fight again, because there was no definitive winner. Like I just don't feel like you could be like, I don't know. I don't know. To me, it was just a 50-50 fight. It was up in the air once it got to the judges. And and that's what sucks about women's boxing, is that there's really no knockouts. So like these 2-minute rounds and shit doesn't allow you to get off a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Um and I think that it could have been different though, man. But you know, it is what it is. But Clarissa Shields, though, man, I mean, congratulations to both fighters that won tonight. I mean, it was what I think it was like 4 fights tonight. I think I caught it. Um, I think I caught it right when Mikaela Myers was going. Yeah, definitely. G Funky, what's good, bro? Rounds go by too fast in women's boxing, and you can't get all the work done. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be really flashy and elusive, and I think that that's one of the things that. And look, man, even Clarissa Shields, right? They were really trying. They were trying this. You know what I'm saying that she had the sharper punches and shit like that. But man, Savannah Marshall's defense is just goofy, but she makes you miss. You know what I'm saying? Her defense is kind of goofy. She up, down, and moving, and it's kind of goofy, right? But she makes you miss a lot. She was making Clarissa miss a lot. A lot of those, Clarissa Shields were throwing wide ass hooks, missing, and the thing that I felt like Clarissa Shield was doing very well was going to the body. I think that was the best aspect of her fight tonight. Going to the body. I mean, that's effective work. You know what I'm saying? That's very effective work. But then towards the end, Savannah Marshall wasn't off Clarissa Shields. Savannah Marshall was on the hunt for Clarissa Shields, and she had Clarissa Shields running. She had Clarissa Shields on the ropes, giving her work. You know, so another fight that I just felt that it was just very, very close, but the judges obviously thought it was unanimous. And I mean that they thought that Clarissa won like that. I think split decision was probably the best call there. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt that fight could have gone either way. To be honest, I felt that fight could have gone either way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck they were trying to prove tonight, that they were trying to probably make history with Clarissa. I don't know what was the agenda they were trying to push tonight, but they pushing that shit, and we're probably gonna keep seeing this shit tonight. You know, this shit is crazy, but boxing is boxing, and we love boxing, so we still going to support. We still going to talk about boxing. You know what I'm saying? But we also got to call the bullshit out, and there's a lot of bullshit going on in boxing uh, lately. A lot of shit. But it is what it is, man. It's a sport. You know what I'm saying? It ain't shit. But I wish they would call me first and then tell me, yo, this is who's gonna win tonight or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wish they would do. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let me know so I could bet the house on it. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. I can't wait till this. The PVC card is definitely on right now. And then we got Devin Haney's fight later on tonight. 10:30, I believe this will be either the main card or the main event around 10:30. Probably the main card, the main card on the main event. ESPN Plus. You don't want to miss it. Pay-per-view. Check it out. Great fights. You got fighters like Gary Antonio Russell, Michelle Rivera, Caleb Plant's on there. And then you got the main event, Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? So it should be a great night of boxing. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. We want to be notified. Follow me on Instagram at P4P Boxing Real News. And we'll be back to talk about the fights later on tonight. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Peace.